Hey everybody, here I am, and I'm starting the Easter bunny hops so we can ride together and progress together. Many of you guys know me from DNK Presents. I'm a professional mountain bike instructor and track women's advocate. Well, I also do some online coaching for Ryan Leech on the Ryan Leech Connection. So Ryan has a really interesting way of going through his courses, and it really commits things to memory. So I'm going to take a lot from what he's teaching in his bunny hop curriculum, and I'll also give you guys an opportunity to get a free month with Ryan and access to some free courses he has online too. So very basically, I want to start off and talk about bike setup. Before each of my rides or each of my bike camps, I go through a pretty quick setup. So today I've got a little more air in my tires because I know I'm going to be doing bunny hops. I like to check my air pressure. I like to make sure my tire's spinning freely, my brakes working. I like to make sure that my through axle here is in a closed position. My front shock is open. Back here, one of the things you'll notice, usually if you ride with me, I'm always talking about full-on rad mode where it's open. Today I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'll check my rear tire pressure, which I just pumped these up. I'm going to lift this, spin it, make sure the rear is working well. Make sure that this skewer or quick release is in an up position and not pointing down. I don't want to get it caught on anything. The next thing I'm going to do here is also very important. I'm going to put my seat all the way down. So for this, and throughout this whole practice that we're all going to be doing together, just make sure that you have your seat down. And for those of you on full suspension, we're going to have to work a lot harder to get that rear wheel to follow up. So we're going to go ahead and lock that out just for these practice sessions. Okay? First off, it's really important that we realize the first part of a bunny hop is actually more of a manual front wheel lift than a basic front wheel lift. So many of us are very familiar with the basic front wheel lift where we're loading, we're exploding, we're giving it a little pull on the bars at the end, which I'll demo. And then the manual wheel lift is where we're actually going to be nice and tall. We're going to load down with our feet and we're going to drive the bike forward, and we'll be in sort of a lower position like this towards the back. So that's going to be the first component, is distinguishing the difference between those two wheel lifts. Okay, so now we have the first steps. We've got our helmet, we've got our seat low, we have our rear suspension locked out if we're on full suspension bikes. We know the difference now between a front wheel lift and a manual front wheel lift. So in order to work into our bunny hop, we have to really tune in our stop. We have to turn in that floating of the front wheel, and then we're going to work into a rear wheel lift. And we'll do this gradually on a progression, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So show me your videos, ask me your questions. I'll have a card for you for a free month with the Ryan Leech Connection, and you'll also get some free classes so that you can do some yoga, which is really going to help with your shoulders and back as you progress throughout all this. So now you guys have your homework, and I have my homework before we move on to the next lesson. So I want to see your videos, I want to hear your questions, I want to get your feedback. And I just want to see us all get super rad together.